Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing a psychic reading on Reza, who is a real estate mogul. He's on the show Shaws of Sunset. So I'm going to be talking about him and his partner Adam Neely. They are married, they are together. And I'm going to be talking about what I see. If you haven't followed this season on Bravo, definitely check them out. Again, I love Reza and all the cast. They're just amazing, and there's a lot of interesting things that are happening in the show. If you haven't followed it, where we're at right now, I don't want to spoil it for you, but I will say that there has been some questions regarding the loyalty of Adam towards Reza, and so there's a lot more that we're going to see, but I'm going to tell you exactly what's the tea from Spirit, what I get about Reza and Adam and Reza in general, because this reading's about him mainly, and what he would need to look out for, what I see. So first off, I want to say that he is someone that's very eccentric. I feel like he has a good taste in the finer things in life. He has worked hard for his success. He has money, but I do feel like he has changed over time. And the thing that he needs to be careful with, because the thing that I'm seeing, not just from watching the show, but at the soul level, is that he's isolating a lot of good people that were either like considered family or friends in his life. And I feel like if he continues down this road, he's going to end up very lonely. And burning these bridges is not a good thing, because when he wants to come back to these individuals, it's going to be very hard to reestablish that. It's like the trust is never the same. I do feel like he's going to get more revelations about his relationship with Adam. Does Adam really truly love him? Yes. Are they soulmates? Yes. Is this relationship forever? That's what I'm going to get into. Spirit is talking about the relationship right now. Someone is wearing a mask, and it's almost like they are not being very honest. I feel like for the show, we're going to see a very happy side of them, and then now this season, of course, we're seeing some skeletons popping out. But behind the scenes, who they really are, I really do feel like there is definitely some trouble in their relationship. And I do feel like Adam feels kind of like he takes a lot of orders from Reza. I'm not saying that Reza is the more of like the male of the relationship or the more dominant one, but I do feel like he has more control and wears the pants in the relationship, whereas Adam is kind of like, just going with the flow. So I do feel like he feels kind of trapped in the situation. They're two different people entirely. Reza is more old school. I feel like he's more loyal. He's more about the loyalty, and that's very important for him. With Adam, I don't know what his upbringing was, but being that he was a former like in the modeling industry and in entertainment period, I do feel like he's more into like exploring different sides of his sexuality and who he is. So there is a lot of concern here when I tune into them. I feel like Reza wants to maybe start a family, either adopting or going through a surrogate. But with Adam, I feel like he doesn't. Like, I don't feel like he wants that at all. And it's something that we have seen in this new season that was discussed, I do feel like he has his doubts about this relationship. And so there is a lot of pushing and pulling. What Spirit is showing me is that there is a possibility that these two will go through a long period of separation before this is actually ending. I feel like Reza is the type of person not to give up. He's very persistent. He wants to fix the relationship before it actually dissipates. And while Adam is more of like, yes, I made mistakes, because what he's been accused of, I'm not going to repeat it, but it's basically like sending inappropriate messages, text messages to other people. And a lot of people are very guilty of that, but I do feel like Reza is very disappointed in him, and that's something that we've seen in the season. But behind the scenes, actually, because a lot of people think a lot of this is staged, but I really feel like this is not just staged. Like, this is actually is happening from what Spirit is showing me. And I do see a lot of disappointment here, mainly for Reza, because I feel like he's more invested in this relationship. And for him, it's like all of his he feels like he's looked down upon from other people who are his enemies, or people who may not have had him in a good light. And if this relationship falls, it's almost like he's going to be judged not only by his haters and people who have not been in his supportive of him, but it's also, just kind of like he feels almost like he's not getting ahead. It's like a major failure for him. I'm not saying that he sees this relationship as a business, but I do feel like there is something that he needs to be careful here. There's a lot of questions about loyalty, and beyond the show itself, I feel like Reza is in a period right now where he is going to be questioning a lot of women in particular who are around him, people who we would not even expect, that may not even be on the show. These could be like close celebrity friends, people that he's worked with. I feel like there is a falling out, and I feel like there is a woman that is very upset with him. I don't know if this is someone that may have like reddish brown hair, and I feel like she's not on the show, and it's not is it Asa or Asa? It's not her. It's somebody else. I feel like this is a Caucasian female, someone that he needs to watch his back on, because I feel like she can be a little devil, and I feel like she's going to bring some kind of chaos into Reza's life. So he's very much a free spirit. I feel like he's very trusting of people, but Spirit's message for this year going forward is to kind of hold back. Certain things don't need to be put on the air. Certain things don't need to be discussed with people that you consider friends, but could actually turn on you. I also feel like he's exploring some new business ideas apart from his show, the real estate, all of that. There are other ideas and business ideas that he has, and we'll be getting into, whether it's not this year, it will be next year. Spirit wants him to watch out for a lot of his spending, even though he is wealthy and he tries to maintain that wealth. There is something about like almost like delusions, almost like living almost in a superficial state of mind that kind of obstructs your clarity when it comes to just business dealings, family, friends. It's almost like it kind of disturbs the inner peace. So I feel like his world is going to be shaken up if and truly what Spirit is showing me, that they will eventually, Adam and him will separate. I feel like that's going to bring like a whole can of chaos in his life, and he's going to have to be strong. And how soon that happens, we would have to wait. But I do feel like anywhere between now and 2 years from now, I feel like this relationship could possibly dissipate. I don't feel like Adam is his soulmate forever. He is a temporary soulmate. And I do feel like there's another guy with dark hair and darker features that would be coming into Reza's life in time. And I know that people that are listening to this, even if Reza listens to this, that this could be like insane and may not make any sense at all at this point. So hold on to the things that don't make any sense, is what the message that I give people when I do private readings, because a lot of times things don't make sense immediately, but later down the road they do make sense and they click. He's going to be going through a personal battle as well. Reza is. This could be like a legal battle, suing someone in the courts. There is some kind of money around this. I see him being victorious with the outcome and having a positive outcome on this as well. He is looking for, I do believe that he believes in psychics. I do believe that he has sought out a female psychic as well. Or there could be someone that is very spiritual in nature that is a female that is giving him clarity and insight, and has been trying to give him warning signs about his comportment, his way of his demeanor, and what needs to change. Because again, I feel like he's very much stuck in a certain pattern. He doesn't get out of that, and sometimes it requires people from the outside. They can see into your relationship on what you need to do to change it. And again, I feel like his relationship is everything for him. It's like his whole world. But again, I feel like he's going to fall short Adam's going to fall short when it comes to the expectations that Reza has, which is wanting to eventually establish a family and build upon that. I feel like, again, they're on two different wavelengths, and that Adam is kind of afraid of that idea. He was open to it, but I think like Reza kind of calls the shots and everything. And so, I feel like he was very aware of Adam's, kind of a way of being. And so now we're just going to have to watch and see, because I feel like there's a lot of time spent together. It's going to be very hard to separate these two, or for these two to separate. But ultimately, that's what I'm being shown. I am also being shown that that there is a lot of mourning, a lot of heartbreak on the horizon for this relationship. So again, there's going to be tears that are shed. There's going to be strong arguments. There's going to be a very painful separation when it does happen. And again, Adam's going to feel kind of like he has no one to turn to. And I feel like they can stay amicable at some point, but this relationship is not one that I see lasting at all for whatever reason. It's just what is coming through from spirit. I feel like it's too painful, and it's going to be bringing so many setbacks in so many ways. Adam will move on and marry another guy, but I feel like he is going to spend quite some time alone and single when all is said and done, because again, he has to reflect on his own ways of being and what he is doing and what he has done, because there's a lot of things that he's done that he has not told Reza and that other people are seeing. So I feel like Reza is kind of in denial about where this relationship is going and where it could, potentially go. I feel like he's holding on. Like when you love someone very deeply, you hold on to it forever, as much as you can, or as tight as you can, because you're afraid to let go. And Spirit has been giving him validations and signs through people. Yes, there's a lot of people that hate Reza and Adam's relationship and that would like to see it be dissolved. And there's a lot of people that are rooting for it. But I do feel like a lot of people are afraid to tell Reza anything, because if they do, he's going to take it very much to heart, and I understand that, because that is his husband, and he doesn't want to have the separation occur, or for it to be true at all, because it is very humiliating, and it's very oppressive energy to hold on to. But as we see, throughout this season, a lot of this could be kind of shown as it being like people making up things on the show, but behind the actual show itself, this is what I'm seeing. Like there is a lot of people, there's a lot of uproar in their personal life. And I also feel like on a certain level that Reza has also been attracted to other men, and this is something he may not discuss to Adam or to other people, but I do feel like he ultimately may have attraction for other people. And so he's going to start questioning himself over the next year. Could I be happy with someone else, or should I stay in the situation? Will it ever improve? Because I feel at this point he's giving too much and giving too many opportunities to see a change. And at the same time, I don't feel like the relationship is 50-50. So this is my reading on Reza, and I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing day or night wherever you are in the world.